Hey, what's going on? Guys, my name's Dynasty. Got for y'all today just a very quick video because some all-new patch notes dropped yesterday afternoon for MK11. Changes for Towers of Time, the Crypt, gameplay, and characters. It's gonna be jam-packed, so of course we're gonna discuss some key things from there. Also, seems like Keith David might not be voicing Spawn after all, which is very odd because the initial press release mentioned and claimed that it would be Keith David, so a bit weird to see how it might not be. I don't know. And in regards to the patch notes, we finally now know the release date of the Combat League. After being delayed like 1, 2, I think 3 different times over the past few weeks, Combat League is finally going to start in just a few days. So with that said, let's break this stuff down, let's discuss, let's have some fun, and let's get into it. So let's begin with the whole Keith David situation. Like I mentioned, going back to a bunch of news outlets like IGN, GameSpot, a gigantic people who were using like press releases when the Combat Pack got revealed. This was like the excerpt, and at the very bottom it says there, Spawn is voiced by Keith David, the original voice actor from Todd McFarlane's Spawn, the Emmy Award-winning HBO animated series. And I was stoked, you were stoked, we were all stoked, and just yesterday, somebody asked Keith David on Twitter, are you voicing Spawn in MK11? I needs the confirmation, please. And he responded back saying, I'd love to, but I've not yet been asked, which, you know, really surprised a bunch of people because we were kind of under the assumption that he'd be voicing Spawn, considering that, like, the press release from all these big, gigantic websites were saying, oh yeah, he's gonna be voiced by Keith David, so not too sure exactly what's going on. Now, thankfully, Judgment Fist, a good friend of mine, came out and asked, wait a minute, the official bio says you are, and his response to that was, hopefully it's a sign of things to come. So, very odd. I'd assume he probably signed maybe like an NDA. Maybe that's why he can't come out and say, oh yeah, I'm voicing so-and-so, but I know for sure with like Mortal Kombat 11, when the game first got announced, there were like voice actors coming out saying, oh, I'm doing the voice for Raiden, etc. So this entire situation is really odd, especially when you consider an all-new statement that was made by IGN within the last 24 hours, saying an earlier version of the story stated Spawn would be voiced by original Spawn voice actor Keith David, when in fact that is not confirmed to be accurate, according to representatives for Keith David. IGN regrets this error. This just happened. They're retracting what was said. So maybe, hopefully, Keith David signed an NDA and maybe that's why he can't say anything, because if it's not Keith David, man, oh no! I'm gonna be so shocked. Let's hope for the best on this one. But moving on to the next topic of the day. Turns out that we got a bunch of patch notes yesterday for MK11 across, I think, the Xbox One and PS4. Essentially all consoles eventually, not too sure about PC and Switch, but I know for sure Xbox One, PS4. Now here's the entire list of general gameplay adjustments being made. Like I mentioned, it's a ton. What I think stands out is they added several new brutalities for players to discover, so hey, new secret brutalities are being added. I've seen one so far. It looks so cool. It's an alteration of a classic one. You guys are gonna like it. It also reads, added Combat League online game mode Season 1, known as the Season of Blood, starts on June 18th. Yes, in 5 days, the Combat League will finally begin after being delayed over and over and over and over. It's happening. It's here. And in case you really don't know much about the Combat League, I'll have a card right now to a video I made a couple weeks ago discussing how, from what I'm gathering, Combat League is a way for you to get ranked. There's several different ranks. I think you start off with like a novice or something and you make your way to the Elder God, and you get like a combat card icon and borders. So it's pretty cool. It's an incentive to keep playing because you want to like raise your rank in the Combat League. So really cool ranked placement mode coming in 5 days called the Season of Blood. Looking forward to that. Now here's the Crypts. Not too many changes. At the very bottom though, it says all skeleton key gates will now reward some currency when opened. I wish this was a thing a couple weeks ago because I'm pretty sure I've already opened every skeleton key in the Crypt, but I think it's a pretty cool addition. Now there's been 3 changes to the Towers of Time, adjusted the difficulty of some starting towers on some tower platforms, added new boss fights and rewards, and lastly added new tower platform rewards. And the very end, like I mentioned, there's just a bunch of character changes. So you might want to go through this and read your character, your mains, and see what got changed, who got buffed, who got nerfed, some salt maybe, but it's going to be inside the description of this video, the full patch notes. But guys, that is all I got for y'all today. Keith David saying he hasn't been approached on doing Spawn yet, which I think is so odd. Some new patch notes of new brutalities. Really can't wait to see all the other secrets that are being added. And of course, the Combat League starts in 5 days, June 18th. But that's pretty much all I got for y'all today. If you guys did enjoy this video, please take 1 second, drop a like on it, subscribe for some more MK11 content. Next time, I've been your host and Dynasty. Guys, please take care, stay safe. Keith David has to be Spawn. He just has to be. He has to be. See you guys later. Peace.
See, I've been a fan of Dynasty for years now. GTA, MK, and Justice, I'm still down. Rapper meets gamer, I wonder how y'all feel now. That was just a setup, watch it get real now. Okay, so me and Sub-Zero was born in 92, and lyrically I inherited all his fighting moves. A lot of y'all still lost, don't have the slightest clue. The truth disappears in the smoke as if you fighting moves.